Ever wondered how to make the perfect Yule log cake? Imagine the delight of presenting a homemade dessert that's not only delicious but visually stunning too. A simple recipe that's sure to impress. Well, worry no more, because today you're going to learn how to do just that. First things first, gather all the ingredients. For the Yule log cake, we'll need 6 large eggs, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and half a cup of cocoa powder. Don't forget about the whipped cream for the cake's filling. For the chocolate ganache, we'll need 2 cups of dark chocolate, 1 cup of heavy cream, and 1/4 cup of unsalted butter. Now that we have all the ingredients ready, it's time to get baking. It's time to turn these ingredients into a delicious Yule log cake. Now let's start by combining our dry ingredients. Whisk together the flour, cocoa powder, and baking powder in a large bowl. Set it aside, and in another bowl, whisk together the eggs and sugar until they're well mixed and frothy. Now, slowly incorporate the dry mixture into the wet one, stirring gently. Our goal is to create a smooth, lump-free batter. Once it's ready, pour the batter into a lined baking tray and spread it out evenly. Pop the tray into a preheated oven and let it bake. This is where patience comes in. Don't be tempted to open the oven door too often. We don't want to disrupt the baking process. Once the cake is done, remove it from the oven, and while it's still warm, carefully roll it up with the parchment paper. This will prevent cracks from forming later. With the cake baked and rolled, we're halfway there. While our cake is cooling, let's whip up some chocolate ganache. To start, you'll want to heat up some heavy cream until it's just about to boil. Then, take it off the heat and pour it over some finely chopped chocolate. Let it sit for a minute, then stir until it's smooth and glossy. Now, back to our cooled cake. Carefully unroll it and spread a generous layer of our velvety ganache, leaving a small border around the edges. Once you're satisfied with your ganache layer, it's time to roll the cake back up. But don't worry if it cracks a little, that's part of its rustic charm. Finally, it's time for the finishing touches. You can either dust the cake with a little powdered sugar to mimic a light snowfall, or drizzle some extra ganache over the top for a decadent touch. And there you have it, a perfect Yule log cake. So, what did we learn today? We've walked through a simple yet delightful Yule log cake recipe, from mixing the ingredients to baking the base, to creating the rich ganache and the final assembly. Now you're equipped to make the perfect Yule log cake. Happy baking!